Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the vlog. Today, looky here, we've got some growth on our fields. So, you know what that means? That's right, fertilizer time. Time to get those high yields up. So, this should be the last round of fertilizer that we will have to put on these fields. Then they should be 100% fertilized and get the best yield that we can possibly get off of them. So I hope everybody is doing okay today. Got a nice day. Got sunshine poking out there. And we couldn't really ask for a better day to be doing this, so hopefully this will add a lot to the yield. Need to get the most we can get out of these fields, plus it'll also help with more crop, more straw, everything. So definitely help out. We will get some crop in the silos and wait for good times to sell and start making some of that scratch, some of that money. So I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you've downloaded Eire Ireland and you started your own save game. If you have, let me leave me a comment. Let me know. If you started, there's several farms you can start as. You don't have to start here at Carragart. You can start Killeen, Ballybrack. If you've driven around and you've stopped by the church there and paid your respects to Grandpa, appreciate you. And I know he does as well. So curious to see how how the farm goes this year, going into summer, into fall and winter. So we're going to see it all, guys. Hopefully our animals do good. Hopefully we get some calves soon so we get some milk production up. And as I said in a previous vlog, we're not going to go too wild here with the money. I don't want to get myself in a situation that we got into last season, that's for sure. So we definitely want to play it smart. Now we are going to have to spend some money, guys. You know the old rule, it takes money to make money, and that's a true statement. But we just need to be wise with our money. So right now we're doing good equipment-wise. I can't think of anything that we will need other than I would like to get a manure spreader for next spring. And I think that's about all we're going to need, so we're in pretty good shape. We'll see how harvest goes this year. If any land prices come down and we're able to handle, more fields, more planting, more harvest and everything else, then that's definitely a possibility. It wouldn't hurt my feelings to have more arable ground at all. In fact, depending on how busy everybody else is. We might even get some help with that in the future. So a lot of things to consider. But definitely a possibility. There's a couple of pieces of land that I've been looking at close to the farm that I'd like to have. Prices are kind of high, so we'll just have to try to make the wisest decision and get the best deal we can get, best bang for our buck. But definitely something that I've been thinking about. Just got to be wise with the money. So I hope everybody has been enjoying the map. I don't have one negative thing to say about it. You know how I feel about it. I've said it over and over and over again. The guys have really outdone themselves on this one. It's going to be hard to beat. I know a lot of people that I game with are kind of looking forward to FS21, and I'm like, no, I don't know. If they do a Eire Ireland convert, well, I'm all in. But right now I'm having a little bit too much fun on this map. And also, I have a couple of grass fields ready. We're not going to get much yield. They are grown. They're basically they're ready to cut, but they didn't get any fertilizer or anything else. Didn't get plowed. Didn't get lime. So, but it's a start. You know, we can at least get a first cut on those. Get those prepped and ready, and then by the time our other fields that we did prep, when they're ready to go, we might actually be able to get second cuts this year. So I was thinking maybe if we do end up getting at least 2 cuts off some of these fields, we might sell some silage bales at I talked to old Big Billy up there at Big Billy's Bale Sales and see what we're looking at price-wise. If it's worth our while, if we've got plenty of silage and it's worth our while to sell bales and make some money, then that's what we'll do. If not, then hey, we'll have bales in storage. We may be able to, buy more cows. So these grass fields here, as you can see, they're 100% fertilized. We cannot add any more fertilization. We could cut them now, but I kind of want to wait just to see the full yield potential we can get off of those. I've got some other fields, like I said, that we didn't mess with that we own, that we can get some cuts off of just to kind of sustain us, or maybe sell those bales. If we find ourselves in a pinch, we can keep them if the cows are eating more than we anticipated. So I'm going to come out this way, and we are going to go check on our rye field and our sugar beets. Hopefully they are ready for some fertilizer. that gate there. So I hope everybody's liking this season's vlogs, guys. I apologize for not getting more of the guys involved as we did in season 1. It's just with work schedules and everybody's so busy on their own farms. It's hard to make that happen. Oh, looky here. We've got sugar beets. Starting to sprout up out of the ground. So these boys here are going to get a little fertilizer. So as I mentioned before, I probably will get a hold of Liam. He really knows his stuff when it comes to these sugar beets. So, of course, like I said, I've never done it before. I've never harvested sugar beet. In my area of the United States, it's just not a crop that gets grown. There are huge sugar beet farms across the U.S. It's just we don't have the right climate. It gets just a little bit too hot where I'm at, just a little bit too dry. Same with crops like cotton. You know, all over the southern states, cotton is a major cash crop. Where I'm at, not so much. So, but it's pretty neat crop to watch if you've ever seen video of like a cotton harvest. Pretty neat to watch. Pretty neat to watch a tobacco harvest if you haven't seen it. They still harvest tobacco old school. That hasn't really changed over the years. It's pretty hard work harvesting tobacco. They they collect it, they hang it in kind of like barns. They hang it by hand, and they've got little vents in the barn itself to let just a little bit of airflow in, and they will pack the bottom with just all kinds of different scrap wood and everything else. They can get in there and leave a little gap for some airflow underneath there, and they'll actually build a fire in the barn and dry the tobacco out. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty neat process. So I am definitely looking forward to this sugar beet harvest, and I hope you guys will be there to watch it happen. Come on, there we go. Some fertilizer on these oats. And in some of the grass fields, once they're harvested, guys, the ones, especially the ones that need plow, I may do a little experimentation. I may plant some clover in there and see what kind of yield we get off of that clover. I know here where I'm from, they do plant clover, and they also will bale hay out of alfalfa. I know a lot of people who have livestock in this area where I'm from, back home, given the opportunity or given the chance, they would rather have alfalfa bales or clover bales than they would just regular grass bales. So I've always kind of wondered, I don't know if that's a thing in Ireland, alfalfa. Drop me a comment, guys, or if they have different types of grass that maybe I've never heard of. Or maybe grass is grass, I don't know. But I know around here especially for, there's a lot of people that raise horses, and they definitely would rather have alfalfa. So, like we talked about in previous stream, I haven't ruled out sheep, guys. Just kind of need to learn a little bit more about them. Have no experience with it. I assume that if you can raise cows, you can raise sheep. Just have somebody come and shear for you. Obviously, I don't know the first thing about shearing sheep, but I'm sure there's plenty of people around that know all about it. So, what's your experience, guys, with sheep in FS19? Pros, cons, is it worth it? Do you make good money on the wool? I really don't know. So yeah, if you have any advice for me on the sheep, I'm all ears, please. I've always done cattle and farming sim games, and I've done sheep before and other ones, but a lot of games you do like multiplayer, they're not really legit. You cheat in money and everything else. So I don't know if I was really making money on them or not, if you know what I mean. So. Alright, that's going to do it on that. So what I'll do is I'll take you by a couple of those grass fields I was talking about that we can get a cut on, and maybe because we could actually cut at least one of them now, get silage bales and just hang on to them, and if we need them, we need them, and if we don't, if we want to sell them, we can sell them. Or if maybe, Simon or Liam or Connor or somebody, if maybe they were in a jam, and perhaps if they need them, we can do that too. I got to pay those guys back somehow for all the help they've given me, so we'll just have to see how it plays out. But we can definitely cut and wrap some bales and just store them there in the yard. Here's one of the fields I'll show you real quick. Just kind of jump out and hop the fence. As you see, it's ready to harvest. We have no fertilization. It needs to be plowed, it needs to be lined. That ship has sailed. We'll just cut it. Like I said, the yield won't be very great, but hey, it's basically extra grass. So Gavin Shop. Look out, boys. And if you haven't downloaded this map for whatever reason, maybe you're playing on console, maybe you're enjoying another map, there's a lot of cool things, especially this here, guys. Just really neat. Just a thank you to everybody who maybe helped create the map, who helped test the map, who maybe contributed mods or different sheds or everything else. You got EW Gaming there, Eire Ireland Contractors, Oxygen, David. The list goes on and on and on. So a big thanks to all these guys, and very classy for the map makers to actually put this in there. You know, we couldn't have done it without them, and they could have done it without us map testers. However, it would have just added a lot more to their plate, and the map may, well, I know there's no way if they had to make and test it themselves, the map wouldn't have been released as soon as it was. So. And if you want in the future videos, guys, if you want like a map tour, I'm all about it. We can kind of, you know, we saw a lot of the map during the first season, but if you want to see more, just drop me a comment and let me know. We can make a whole video of just a map tour. We can go around to all the different to the different farms, to the different sites to see. There's a lot of cool stuff on this map, guys. I'm telling you, that maybe, you know, nobody knows about because you don't see them during the video. So if that's something that you might be interested in, like I said, drop me a comment. Let me know. We can definitely do it. So I'll park this guy up. And we need to check on our cows, see how they're doing. Let's take a peek. Yeah, why not? We can definitely take care of that. I just happen to have the 6M already hooked up to the mixer, and we still got TMR in it, so I just hope I'm not boring you guys with these videos. I know there's not a whole lot to do right now. I'm trying to keep it as entertaining as possible. I'm trying to keep everybody interested in the series, so to speak. Look at that pile of manure in there. Good Lord. We definitely need to get that mucked out, don't we? That's good. That's more of that free fertilizer. Get in there. Hung up on that. And we like free. So I'm cutting that a little too sharp. So we like free, and we like organic fertilizer, so that'll be going, the manure will be going on our arable fields, and the slurry will be going on our grass fields. So I just didn't have enough now to spread, or I would have spread that. We'll go park this up and do some water. And do anything else? Well, we'll park this up, hook up, give them some more straw, do the water, muck them out, and that'll be the cows for the day. And I'll show you what the cows are really starting to put on some weight here. Looky here. they're getting up there. So health is getting up there. So that's good. They are doing good. So before you know it, we'll have some milk rolling in. And I'll have to keep a close eye on the markets, guys. As far as, you know, when to sell, we kind of have a little chart that'll kind of suggest what time of year to sell what. Now it's not always 100% accurate. Sometimes it may tell you that this crop you get the best money, say, to sell it in the fall, and in all honesty you can make more money at different times of the year. It basically, it follows like a supply and demand chart. So when supply is high, the demand is always usually low. When the demand is high, the supply is usually low. So trying to just play the markets can drive you mad sometimes. But we'll do the best we can. I'm not going to say 100% certain that we'll get it right all the time. But, as long as we're turning a profit, then hey. That's really all we can ask for. Alright, so straw is done. Now we'll just we'll put this away and do some water. That'll be the cows. So I'm really excited for this year, guys. I really, really am. Excited to see how we do. Excited to see some new challenges we might face. Livestock over the winter time, a lot of things can happen. Hopefully we don't have any mishaps. No injuries with the cows, stepping on ice or anything like that. Maybe the winter won't be so bad. Maybe it'll be a mild winter. Just kind of have to wait and see what Mother Nature has in store for us. The girls are happy, happy, happy. These girls are thirsty. They drank a lot of water. Let's go ahead and refill. We'll top them off, I believe. We'll take a look at our charts there, but nah, they're good. I'll just refill the tank. And of course we'll muck out, and then I wanted to show you kind of the chart I was talking about. Now this is a base guide, so it's not always 100% accurate, but just for example, if you're not familiar with this chart, of course here's your crop, so wheat, here's where you're at in green, and these are basically what shows the best times to sell. So if you can hold off until early winter, that's going to be your best time. So we have wheat, so that's if we follow this chart, we'll be selling that early winter. Barley looks like the same. We've got oat in the ground. It's looking the same. Sugar beet, and it's pretty much the same. Midwinter. If we were to happen to get, wow, look at here. So if we were to happen to get wool, we could, looks like late spring would be the time. Milk. Milk's pretty steady. It's got some peaks and ridges, but, summertime, not a real good time to sell. Fall looks pretty solid. Winter is pretty steady. There's not much drop there. And early spring. So we will, we'll just have to kind of experiment with that, guys. We'll sell, well, when that part of the season comes around, we'll actually check the markets and see if they follow that, or not, that scale. Like I said, it's a guide. I don't think it's set in stone. It's just there to kind of guide you and give you an idea of when it might be a good time to sell and whatnot. So that's another thing. If you're fairly new to seasons, if you have questions, I'll do the best. Excuse me. I'll do the best that I can to answer them. I am by no means an FS19 seasons expert. I will tell you that right off the bat. I know it is a lot different than 17. So there's probably going to be some things I'm going to learn. And I'm probably going to make some mistakes. Grass is a lot different this year, guys. As far as actually having to dry your hay, and you really got to plan it out. You really got to keep an eye on the forecast and drying conditions, how much wind there is, how much sunlight there is, how much moisture is in the grass, if it's wet grass, if it's semi-wet grass, dry, semi-dry, all that. So I'll tip my hat off to Realism Modding. Those guys really put a lot of thought into this, which is good, because it's not even the same game anymore. If you go from the base game and then to playing with seasons, it really makes the game so much more immersive and more suited to real life. In the base game, if you just want to plant, harvest, speed time, plant, harvest, speed time, you can just do that over and over again. This one, you have to run it like real life. So, and if you find a map like this that you enjoy, Seasons is so fun. Just watching the trees change color, and so many things can happen in Seasons. If you in the base game, buy cows and just give them a little shot of water, they're going to be okay. In Seasons, if you don't feed them and you don't give them water and you're not staying on top, your animals will die. So you can have unexpected droughts, things like that. So there's no doubt that it could be frustrating, and but it can be challenging and rewarding at the same time. So I know when seasons for 17 come out, I was kind of burnt out on the game. I'm going to be honest with you, and it totally like revived my love for the game. It brought me back. So you know, it's not for everybody. For if you're kind of a casual gamer, it probably isn't for you. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, then that's definitely a mod that you should check out. Let's go ahead and shut this gate. So we're starting to get a pretty good stack of manure, which is good. Definitely gonna need it. So and even by the time it comes to spread manure, we still may not have enough, but we're definitely gonna use all we have, and if we have to go to them down to Gav's and buy some, then that's what we'll do. But we're going to take advantage of all of the natural fertilizer that we can, you know, with manure and the slurry. So, all right, so let's just recap here. They're looking pretty good. Got grass, got silage, full up on TMR. So yeah, cows are good, guys. We got fields fertilized. We're moving right along here, almost to the end of spring. In the next vlog, we will probably cut at least one of those unfertilized grass fields that are ready to go, just so we get something in. And at this point, it really doesn't matter if we get a lot of bales off of it or not, because we've got all these other grass fields that are ready to go. So it's just going to be extra that we can put in the storage. But it's about that time, about lunchtime, so we're left 12. My belly is telling me it's time to eat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I'm keeping it entertaining enough for you guys. I know there's not a lot of chores to be done. We say that every time, but that's just the way this goes. If you're not subscribed, please give us a sub, and if you haven't seen season 1 of Grandpa's Farm, please go check it out. I would greatly appreciate it. I want to get it out to as many people as I can. I think that people would enjoy it if they just had exposure to it. So hey, tell your friends, please. And if they don't like it, that's fine too, guys. It's not everybody's cup of tea. But that's it for me. I'm done rambling. Thank you so much for watching us, guys. We'll have another video out very soon. Make sure you ring that bell and you're notified when that happens. Have a good day, and remember to always protect your shaft.